Hello to all my friends out there. I'm doing a remake on the basic diet and basic shopping list because I had unpleasant comments and I took it down and I thought this is not fair to the people that could benefit from this. So I'm redoing it. If you don't like the videos, unfollow me. It's very simple, voluntarily. Okay. Number one, bottled water. If you possibly can, drink bottled water. I was a nursing student and I was in the very worst areas with the most contagious, awful disease and sicknesses. And I wore gloves and a mask. And I never picked up anything. And I was very, very careful. Of course, possible God was, protecting me. I was working in a facility, and they said, don't throw the narcotics in the toilet. It ends up in the drinking water. So, in the middle of this pandemic, fecal matter and urine is ending up in the toilets, and why wouldn't that end up in our drinking water? So all I'm saying is try to drink bottled water. Okay, here you can buy bottles and you can refill them at a kiosk for 30 cents. Or at the least boil your water. Or if you have a filtration system, better still. What I do is when I drink one or two down, I go and I refill it at the kiosk for 20 cents. 2, make tea so you won't end up stuck in the house with nothing to drink but water. What I do is I buy the tea at Dollar Tree for 100 bags for $1, and this tea is good. Four cups for 1 bag. That's a penny. Buy big bags of potatoes. I'm making potato meals to demonstrate when times are tough and you have to eat your potatoes, you can survive for months. So, and another thing, if you can't afford all this right now, as soon as you can, adjust your shopping a little and you won't run out of food. Buy 60 eggs. That will keep you going for a while. That was a suggestion made by one of the followers, Henzo. During the pandemic, I couldn't find eggs and I found them one day in 7-Eleven, really nice ones. Buy bags of onions and bags of carrots. That way you have potatoes, onions, and carrots, and those are root foods. I'm explaining to you why I do this. Do what you want to do, but these are root foods. That is the stored energy of a plant, and furthermore, they will last you for weeks to months, depending on how you take care of them. For the fruits, apples, oranges, lemons, and bananas. Okay, apples will last a long time, and I have been making apple stuff, and that apple cake I made was very, very yummy. You can make apple pies, and you can cook your apples down. Oranges and lemons provide vitamin C. You can dehydrate them, or you can squeeze the juice out and freeze it. And bananas are good because you can mash them, and then you can freeze them. From now on, don't waste any food. Freeze it immediately. Buy big bags of pancake mix. Why? Because your pancake mix, I'm sure you can make bread out of it because you can make biscuits out of it. So I always wonder why people bought those big bags of pancake mix. But then, I made biscuits out of my pancake mix, and they were really good. I want to tell you something. Okay, what if you don't have a stove? Well, what you do is you heat your pan, like a cast iron pan would be perfect. You put, shortening in, and you put your biscuits, regular biscuits, and then I thought later maybe people don't know what I'm talking about, and you make a foil tent. My foil could have been a little bit bigger. And then you cook it on low until your biscuits are done. on top of the stove or a camp stove so you can make biscuits. I mean, what do you think they did on the way across the plains when they had to make biscuits? They didn't have toaster ovens, they didn't have ovens, they had a campfire. As soon as you can get them, buy canned vegetables and canned fruit by the case. Okay, Walmart still has vegetables for 50 cents. You know, if you can't buy a case or you can't find a case, I usually buy everything 2 at a time. Try to get a case though if you can. Now the vegetables, I mean the fruit is harder to find, but sometimes I can even find the big cans of fruit for $1, and that's 6 servings. Powdered milk or evaporated milk or shelf-stable milk. You want to stockpile milk. Because if something happens, you're likely to run out of bread and you're basically going to be starving. Bread, potatoes, milk. You want milk so you can make gravy. So as much as you can. If you can't get any right now, then as soon as you can. Okay, my followers, especially people who have been following me for a long time, hopefully stockpile some powdered milk. Okay, I took a class. It was a chemistry class. And it was about the first day. And the teacher said, "What is the definition of intelligence?" So I raised my hand and I said, "Application of knowledge." And he said, "No." And for a long time, I thought I was right, but I finally decided, okay, he was right. Lunch meat, but if you don't apply stuff, and then you come back months after months making rude comments, I don't know what that says about your intelligence. I really don't. Lunch meat and cheese. Okay, how many weeks did I tell you guys I was packing my freezer full of lunch meat and cheese? Velveeta cheese, you want to stockpile that so you can make macaroni and cheese. You can survive quite a while on a big bag of pasta. Then peanut butter and seeds. Okay, I'm not one to eat seeds, but I know that the people on the paleo diet eat a lot of seeds. So I did stockpile some seeds from Dollar Tree. I mean, I didn't, I just bought some bags of, seeds. Bacon. I bought, you guys saw it, big trays of bacon ends. Because I thought at the time, I mean, it's not like any of us didn't know this coronavirus was coming on. I thought, wow, if it hits and I have the bacon ends, then I can make beans or bacon and eggs. Chicken. If you can stockpile chicken, rice, and beans, likely you're not going to starve. If you can stockpile beans, rice, and vegetables, likely and oil, you need a little oil or fat. Also save all the fat off your meat. Like if there's fat on your meat, cut it off in pieces like chunks about this big, and put it in the freezer, and you can use that in your beans. Hope none of you need it. Hamburger. They had 8 pounds hamburger at Walmart for $20. I found it to be good. Sausage. I just buy the sausage at Dollar Tree. Also, they have turkey for $1.60 a pound. If times are rough, it's better than nothing. You guys have seen me eat it for months. That's why I gave you my turkey burger recipe. Go to my, here we go. Here is I took the dog down because, I had some haters and I didn't want them, messing with my dog, and Twitter. And also if you would like to see the fish. Now we're very proud of those fish because we had a hard time getting them going. Really, I have no patience with the haters. If that's you, unsubscribe. I don't need you, and no one else does either. You're not spreading anything helpful. Okay, rice and beans. Buy big bags, buy 20 pounds. when you can afford it. Okay, I'm not saying if you don't have any money, you can't buy anything, but as soon as you can, start adjusting your shopping, because this isn't the beginning. This is not ending. So big bags of rice and beans, and then vegetables. Well, I don't like food out of cans. Okay, well, if things get very crappy, you might change. Oil and shortening. Buy big tubs of shortening, buy big bottles of oil, margarine, and butter. Okay, when this thing started, I bought heavy cream, and guess what? I can't find it anymore at 99 cents only, and I made my own butter because I thought, I don't want to be stuck in here without good fat. I could be stuck in here who knows how long. I wouldn't be surprised if they shut down the stores. Salt. You need salt in case you start running out of toothpaste. You put a little water and brush your teeth. Canned tomatoes and sauce and salsa. I'll be making my own salsa out of my tomato sauce, but the salsa is really good, and I made the Mexican meatloaf with the salsa. Normally, my followers have been very, very helpful and lovable until I made this list, and that's when it started turning ugly. This can really help someone. If that's not you, don't watch it. That's easy. Tortillas or cornmeal. You need that to go with your beans. Also, if you don't have any cheese, if you do have milk, you can mix a little milk in your beans, and then that's going to give you a little dairy in your beans. Tuna or fish sticks. If you don't have, if you need a little fish, I hate it myself, but I force myself to eat it. If you can get the cans of salmon, those are really good, because then you can top it with some tomato sauce, salt, pepper, and sugar, and bake it and have some rice, and that's very good. Pasta. Okay, for pasta, you can make spaghetti, you can make macaroni and cheese, and you can make pasta salad. For an easy pasta salad, you need a bag of pasta, a bag of mixed frozen vegetables, or any vegetables, and some Italian dressing. Okay, now here is the basic diet. You can get by on this. If you think about it, it's very cheap. Now think out there if you guys are a little slow. Cereal and milk. Okay, you can find oatmeal. You can find cornflakes for $1 at Walmart. And milk, hopefully after this, everyone's going to stockpile milk. And it's cheap. Sandwich and fruit. Any kind of fruit. If you have jam, you can make cooked fruit out of your canned fruit. Just drain your fruit, cover your fruit with water, cook it down, and when it's soft, either chop it or mash it. You add sugar to taste, and then if you have it, a little lemon. Okay, for dinner, try to stay to this. Cheap meat, 99 cents or less per pound. Potatoes, rice, and sweet potatoes. If you've been following me, I've been saying this since day one. If you have Farmer John sausage, you can make sausage gravy and potatoes or rice. A little meat fat if you don't have meat. Bread and butter. If you don't have any yeast, go to Bear Pantry and get her sourdough starter so you can make bread. I have never made sourdough starter, but I have a good recipe. It's a little different than hers, and I'm going to try it. So you can get bags of flour at Dollar Tree for $1. Milk, if you have it. If you don't have it now, as soon as you can, get it. And fruit. Your jam can count as fruit. Now I have some tips. Try to find food marked down. Okay, I showed you my food yesterday. I didn't just dash out yesterday and get that food. I've been shopping for markdowns for months and months and months, and I told you guys I was. Try to find food on sale. There's always going to be food on sale because some food is perishable and you want to go that way and find it on sale. Avoid common bins or food exposed to the air because people could be handling it or breathing on it. Buy as much basic food as you can afford. Try to get cases and 20-pound bags as soon as this blows over. And it will, because they say expect a second wave. That means the first wave must subside. So when this first wave subsides, then you're going to try this because you're not going to run out of food. Eat or freeze all the food before making more. I mean, I don't care if it's a little bite. Save it all and eat it all. If you have a tiny bit of salsa, put it on your eggs or put it in your meatloaf. Bake bread first thing. Okay, if you don't have yeast, I don't know if they have it now, but Smart and Final has bags for $6. Try to get one. It lasts forever. I keep mine in the refrigerator. Okay, so let's talk about, you really need something desperately, and you don't have a mask and you don't have any gloves. If you wear a turtleneck and you pull that up over your mouth and nose and you have some mittens or any kind of gloves and you dash in and get what you need and dash out. Okay, let's do some critical thinking here now. People are standing in the stores all day long working. All the people who have essential jobs are working. And so if you need something and you exercise care, what I do the minute I walk in is I take a full-on bath. That's one way I avoided all disease when I was a nursing student. If you need something, dash in and dash out and get what you need. There is a possibility that the stores could completely close, and there is a possibility that if this goes on and on and on and people don't have a paycheck, bad things are going to happen, and this might possibly be the safest time to get stuff. Okay, you guys. Now, that is my basic food shopping list and my basic meal plan. If you don't like it, then don't do it. But if you do it, you're probably not going to run out of food. Okay, and another thing about the pantries. If you need the pantry, if you think you need a pantry, not what if other people think you should have a pantry, go get the food bank and pantry food now. If you're really, really bad, go get welfare. A lot of the working poor have been living worse than people on welfare. And don't worry about what these morons are saying. Another thing, if you piss me off, I will report you as a hater and a troll. I'm getting sick of certain people on my channel because they're benefiting and they're hating, and then, like when I got mad and took this down, then other people couldn't benefit. I think that's very selfish. One of the followers cracked me up. It was a guy, and he said, "Rhoda, where are your lovable followers?" Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're a hater, just unsubscribe.